Welcome back to Sapporo, the capital and largest city of the northern island of Hokkaido in Japan. One of Japan's newest cities, Sapporo's population has grown from 7 people in 1857 to nearly 2 million today. And what it lacks in Japaneseness, it makes up for with its lovely open tree-filled boulevards to enjoy in summer and excellent snow in the long winter. We're here for the World Women's Curling Championship 2015 at the Tsukisamu Gymnasium, the host of the ice hockey games at the 1972 Olympics. And my name is Logan Gray, and alongside me Richard Harding for Draw 4. Our featured game. Both teams undefeated through one game, Scotland against Canada, one of the biggest rivalries in world curling. Let's meet the teams. Scottish lead, Sarah Reid. Second player, Vicky Adams. Third player, Anna Sloan. And of course the formidable skip, Eve Muirhead, alternate Lauren Gray, and coach David Hay. And the Canadians, Dawn McEwen at lead. Second player, Jill Officer. Caitlin Law is playing third. And the skip, Jennifer Jones. Alternate Jennifer Clark-Ruyer and coach Wendy Morgan. And this is how they stack up after 3 draws here this week. China, Russia and Switzerland all off to excellent starts on 2 wins. Canada and Scotland, of course, going head to head just now, currently on 1-0. Germany and Japan on 1-1, and the remaining 5 teams all still to get off the mark this week. Elsewhere on the ice here in Draw 4, Switzerland and Germany, Finland and Denmark, and United States against China on Sheet D. So all 12 nations will be honoured throughout the week, and this time it is the turn of Canada.
Sliders may be pulled prior to slides taken. Games will begin in 1 minute.
So the teams will make their final preparations before we get this huge matchup underway. Scotland, of course, having defeated Denmark last night, and Canada in our featured game with some difficulty overcame Finland. So for the first time this week, I'd like to welcome alongside me Richard Harding. Good afternoon, Richard.
Just watch the pass. Okay, let's go. Have a great game.
Good afternoon, Logan. Always interesting to see how Canada versus Scotland pans out, and this draw quite early in the 2015 championships. We're only on draw number 4, and it's probably not actually critical at the moment which one of these teams wins, but it's certainly a nice morale booster for the one that does.
No, absolutely, and Scotland playing the red stones and wearing the dark tops, and Canada will be playing the yellow stones and wearing the light tops.
Whoa, 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 off. Good, Sarah.
So Scotland opting to go into the house. And this looks like an interesting call here from Jennifer Jones. Not seen this too often. Going for the freeze here with the first stone.
Room. Needs to curl. It's not touching it yet. Go. Line's great, guys. Come on. Come on. Atta girl, Dawn. Beauty. Very nice.
Well, lovely stone by Don McEwen. I don't think anyone could have expected that call, but nicely done all the same. Doesn't quite get to the nose, so should be reasonably easy for Sarah Reid to spell this from play, the 29-year-old from Glasgow. Sarah, new to the team this season, replacing Claire Hamilton from the Olympic lineup from last season, and actually skipped Eve in the World Juniors when they won gold in 2007. Eve playing third on that occasion.
Yeah. Here.
Only 16 years old. So here we have Don McEwen, the 34-year-old, works for the Government of Canada, and of course, wife of Mike McEwen, famous Canadian curler.
Hard right to it. Hard right to it. Right. Whoa. Good.
You got up and spun around. Oh, you got close.
Jilly.
9.5. I don't think I'll do too much.
Yeah.
So Canada, I would say, starting off fairly defensively now that the stones are in the house. And big weight here from Vicky Adams going for the attempted double, just missing. So a chance to spread the stones across the house.
Yeah, not really the start that Scotland would have been looking for. Sarah Reid missing on the wrong side with her takeout attempt, and Vicky just hitting that double a little bit too thin.
T-line. That's the line, guys. T-line.
Not curling at all yet.
Line's great. T-line.
I think so, yep.
Just the T. Just the T. Even a little better is good. Perfect shot, Jilly.
Whoa.
Great spot. Great judge, guys.
The stones lying
Caitlin.
directly across from each other. The perfect position. No chance of removing them both with one shot here. Eve Muirhead just indicating the hit. And roll towards the middle to get closer to the Canadian counter. And another pretty big weight shot from Vicky Adams.
Go. Good.
Trying to get the stones closer together in the hope that with this next takeout they stay fairly close and make it easy for a double takeout to prevent probable 2 going to Canada in this first end. Canada with the last stone advantage, of course.
No roll.
And just rolling away, making the double
Yeah. It's not bad, actually. Just
possible, but very difficult.
how going in it.
Pio!
Yeah, it just looks like a kind of thick half required on this double. Here's Anna Sloan, the 24-year-old.
Off. Off. Never ever.
Born in Dumfries, Scotland, likes horse riding and golf.
Okay. Not moving much of it.
I like back here.
And again, Scotland unable to make this take out. Rules of play as always in the round robin, 6 hens minimum, 38 minutes of thinking time for each team, and 1 60-second timeout available to be used at any stage.
Line's good. Line's good.
So Caitlin Laws,
Come on, guys, get it in. Come on.
third for Canada.
All you got. Keep her going.
The gold medal winning team from the Sochi Olympics.
Faster, Jill. Go, 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 go. Fully in. Good brushing.
And a bit of a struggle to get there, but it's in the house and far away from the other Canadian counter. So still looking good for 2 at the moment, the Canadians, in this opening end.
Well, if they were going for the double here, it would be extremely thin. A little bit thinner than that even.
Big weight.
So Caitlin Laws, the 26-year-old vice for Jennifer Jones' team. A lot of hype about Caitlin when she was playing juniors and won the Canadian juniors twice, went to the World Juniors and didn't quite perform at the level he would have hoped. Still picking up medals though, but really excelled since she stepped in to join this Jennifer Jones rank.
Moving a lot. Come on, guys, all you got. Careful, careful.
Really is one of the best shot makers in the world, Caroline.
Go, 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 go. Great brushing. At a girl too.
Oh, and a really good draw there from Caitlin. Difficult to get that one deep enough in the house to keep the stones flat without risking your stone drifting through the house completely. So well positioned.
Okay, hit and roll. Yeah. More, Anna. Oh, I don't need negative. Should come at the end of it. Yeah, you've just rolled to centre line. Yeah.
And here is Eve Muirhead, the skip of the Olympic bronze medal winning rink for Great Britain. Also won the World Championship in 2013, but wasn't allowed to defend her title in 2014.
Try to put it back. Okay. It's actually not bad here at all, hey?
Well,
It's not, speed's
Eve
not
a
bad
little
here
bit
at all.
wide with that one and hits and rolls out of the rings.
Not the best shot from Eve Muirhead.
14-6 and a 13-6.
Certainly a good chance now for Canada to get their
I can throw draw the button then.
2 shots in this first
On my side,
end.
yeah.
Get them off to a lead. So our first view today of Jennifer Jones.
Got room, it's not moving.
I'm good, moving now.
Olympic winning
Back
skip
12.
Moving now.
from Winnipeg.
Come on, guys, get it back there. Come
As far
on.
as you can go. Go, 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 go.
Come on. You're good, you're good, you're good.
And curling very popular in Winnipeg because there's not much else to do there in the middle of winter.
Yeah. Gotta go.
Could you good?
13.
Yeah. Nice. Nice. I thought they'd have to sleep that.
Okay. Same weight. Yeah. Is that a lot of ice? No, I think this will move at this side. Okay. Mine didn't do too much. Came nice at the end.
Well, certainly no double takeout available here for Eve, so just really needs to make a hit and stick on the short stone and make the Canadians make one of their own to score 2. Safely done.
So, routine shot for Jennifer Jones now. To hit and lie for 2 in the first end.
Well, this should really be a formality for skip of Jennifer Jones' class. She needs to hit this on the beak to score 2. Supers are having to go on this one.
Going to get it out? They might. No, it will be 2 by the merest fraction. Jennifer Jones gets off to
Sorry, guys.
I came down. I ended up with 10-3.
positive start with 2 shots in the first end.
That's what I thought. That's why I was like, whoa, whoa, and I thought I used it all.
And we'll
Made it.
Nice one.
take some confidence from that, I think.
Second end underway here with Dawn McEwen. Put a super freeze to set up the deuce with her very first stone of the game. It was quite a bold call. I don't think you would see too many of the other skips calling that shot, but when you're the Olympic champion, who am I to question the tactical decision?
What would you have done in that circumstance?
Well, I think generally the advised protocol would either be to throw a corner guard if you want to be aggressive, or just to remove the stone from play if you wanted to play a nice clean defensive end. So certainly not something you would teach beginners, is to play a freeze with the first stone of the game.
Mind you, with the concentration on being able to draw so accurately to anywhere in the house, why not, if you're confident, have a go at a shot like that? You can't go far wrong if you get the line right. You can tap it back into the back of the house. It's not that bad a shot, as long as you're not maybe a long way short. That's the thing to avoid.
Yeah, absolutely, Richard. It's about playing it in a way that is playing it on the professional side, as we would call it, knowing what the tolerance is. And if you ever threw a guard on that stone, it's a disastrous start to the game. So
pushing. Atta girl.
But you know, Richard, the thing about a freeze is that it is the hardest shot in curling.
Three? Yeah, pause at 3. Okay, Lane's now. Lane's good.
We're all there.
Well, the freeze, yeah, I agree with you. It is the hardest shot in curling, but if you don't make it 100% and you tap them back, it's not that bad a shot either. It's just, it doesn't need to be really, really accurate. And if it is, as we just saw there, it can set up a 2-shot end for you. So.
Oh, a mistake there by Sarah Reid, slips past the shot stone in the forefoot. Better fully round behind it though, I would suggest, than bouncing off. That red stone could be useful later on for the Scottish rink with the last stone advantage, and Jill Officer a bit out of sorts yesterday. We saw a couple of errant takeouts on her part, so we're looking to have a better performance this afternoon. A nice freeze there from Jill. Meanwhile, over on sheet A, here is Daniela Dreamdal. 1 win and 1 loss, having beaten Sweden in the first game, only to lose out to China in the second game. Both games going to an extra end. Playing against Switzerland of Alina Pats, 2-0. Lovely day at the office yesterday for them. And a lovely shot from Daniela. First score of the game will go to Germany, and after one end it will be Germany 1, Switzerland 0.
As we heard,
whoa, sorry.
Just over curling a little bit for Canada.
Whatever you think, sorry.
Eli first and second shots.
Just put this to here.
Well, Jennifer Jones just about did herself a little bit of a mischief there in tripping over a stone, but no harm, no foul, and the stones replaced it where it was previously. So Eve's choosing to go around the centre guard and try and tap it back. So a very important shot in the end here for Vicky Adams. Any sort of mistake would really give Canada the upper hand here.
Important here not to throw it on the outside anyway and miss the whole lot. And that's...
Well, okay.
She taps the Canadian one across. Yellow shot for Canada. And rolls her shooter out of the rings.
4 1/4, eh? So kind of close to what I... Yeah.
You got room?
I had to get a bit, guys.
Okay, line only. Looks heavy.
Yeah, it is.
Heavy right now.
No,
That's
then.
4. No.
No, then.
Back 8. No.
Never.
Back 8 for sure. Back 12.
Well, a little bit of an error there from Canada, and we'll just pop across to the game on sheet D, USA against China. And here, chance for China, but
I don't think they got that red stone far enough there, Richard. It's going to be a score of 1 in the first end for the USA. A steal. And it's USA 1, China 0 there.
Easy. Line's good, Vicky.
Safe there. Okay, okay.
Yep.
So that was back 12.
Close, yeah.
Lovely freeze played there by Anna Sloan, and Caitlin Law's going to try and follow that one down here.
What was that one, Jen?
And Canada just following the shot down to freeze onto the Scottish stone. Doesn't seem to be that hard a shot, the freeze. 2 or 3 in a row here.
Much easier when you've got lots of stones to crash into, though, Richard.
Same shot again for Anna Sloan.
Well, is this one just over curling slightly? Just a little bit, but they raise the brushes and it rears up in time to lie in shot position.
Nice shot.
14-3 on her.
Yeah. It's like what was normal yesterday. Here, I think.
The outturn looks so much better.
Well, Scotland would like to either blank the end, which is certainly not going to happen here, or take 2, and this pile up of Canadian granite in the back of the forefoot makes the 2 look quite difficult just now. Well, this one not curling quite so much, and she got the freeze, but on the wrong shot.
I thought she was really close. I thought she was a little light on her.
Surprising me. I actually thought you guys would have to sweep.
Yeah, I did too, Jen.
So a little bit of a chance here for Scotland. 3 stones remaining here in the second end.
I'm just conscious if it's dead weight, it will swing.
Yeah,
like that?
Yeah. I didn't think she looked as if she was that positive either. Okay. Right on our red.
Do you like that, Eve?
What are we thinking up here?
It's pretty slick because it stays straighter for a bit longer.
Yeah.
A good 10 will be not far away.
Here, let's make this one good.
Yep.
So you heard it from the skip, Eve Muirhead. A freeze called on her own shot right at the back of the forefoot to leave Scotland lying 2.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of weight, though. Richard, is this one going to come down enough?
Also looks wide, the same problem as Canada, and it is wide.
That's fine.
Now can we see who lies how many shots?
Just a handle.
Yeah, they really needed to get to the nose of that one, or even inside.
Yeah, I think Rich gets a little.
Looks like Scotland lying 2 at the moment, but a beautiful big pocket for
The outturn just looks so much.
Jen Jones to put one
easier
into
with
the
you.
middle
It
there.
does, yeah.
Scotland
I
playing the
think
red
that
stones,
finished
of
both
course,
ways,
close to
but
the middle there, and
It was curling here in practice.
Canada
Got
with
it.
5 yellows kicking about at the back of the house.
I wonder if she could throw the same as she just threw on that side.
Yeah.
And both
This is
skips
back-
just failing
back
to
up,
read
right?
the draw amount of
I think I could
curl
throw that
on,
same way.
on
Yeah,
their
that's what you
stones.
just said too, yeah.
And this time, if Jennifer Jones is going to lie
Yours,
first shot, she's got to get the curl.
Right there.
She just comes down on the wide side again. It might be a chance with Scotland's last stone for them to score a couple of points if this just holds wide.
Yeah, well, the key here is very much the weight, Richard. It's, say, with those previous 2 draws by each skip that just maybe had 3 or 4 feet too much weight, and of course that little bit extra weight just holds the stone a little bit straighter, and it doesn't get to its desired destination.
Gotta be T line.
Line's great.
Gotta be T. Hard. Wait's there. Yep.
Well, that's a great shot from Jennifer Jones.
Well, it's going to be difficult to see Scotland scoring here.
We can get into this.
Slightest of mistakes by Eve Muirhead, severely punished.
Selecting the other hand there, coming down on the out turn. First time that hand's been used in the game, really. Playing all the stones on the in turn through this end. But she knew the ice, which line to take. Drew perfectly onto the button, and there is no way that you're going to get that out of there to lie first shot.
Or aim to the red and catch it then. No shot.
Scotland are just going to concede one here. They know they can only do themselves damage by trying to do something that isn't really possible. So, and Vicky Adams had to pick a slide for her to kick Eve's brush when she was sliding, then that was probably the best one to do it. Disappointment there. I think Eve knows that she missed a good opportunity to get 2 back there. Gave up a steal with the miss on her first stone, and after 2 ends it's Canada off to a flyer, just like yesterday, and Canada leading Scotland by 3 shots to 0.
I think the next throw 4.5. This is faster than.
Well, Canada looked to have really raised their game from yesterday, but that being said, they did get off to a super start yesterday, racing to a 4-1 lead against Finland, and Finland did manage to claw it back with a score of 3 in the 6th end, so perhaps the writing not quite on the wall for Scotland at this early stage in the game.
Well, it's just been a little bit loose play on behalf of the Scots that have led to them being punished. But that's what's going to happen when you play probably the best team in the world at the moment.
I think Sarah would like that corner guard a little bit further down there towards the centre of the red ZEN-NOH logo. A little bit long and a little bit close to the centre line.
You got room, line's great. Run more. No, it line's the same. Line's real good. Just bite the 8, it looks all there. Looks heavy, but it works.
Whoa, whoa.
Just a bite of these.
Sliding pretty good, actually.
Good, Dawn. Very nice. Good spot.
Solid!
Those slid pretty good, both of them. That spot slid pretty good.
So solid. What's solid weight? Logan.
Somewhere in between hack weight and car park weight, I think, Richard. Well, whatever weight it is, the shooter needs to stay in play. That's a criminal error there from Sarah Reid, and that's going to, without a mistake, really negate this third end, and Canada are going to be very quick to try and peel the guard off. Jill Officer with a couple of wayward ones on this line yesterday, and she was missing on the outside on that occasion. Missing on the inside this time.
Of course, I would overcompensate. Yeah.
Well, we can just go across to the next door sheet. Finland playing Denmark. And Lena Nielsen with this last stone. Trying to make sure that she gets her point. Has to outdraw these two red counters at the front. And she does. So lying 3 against her. Danish skip draws for 1. Finland still leading 2-1.
Okay, wasn't enough ice. No, you're all right.
Almost all.
Not quite.
I think throw here, but like here.
Not enough, 10.
Well, as I said earlier, it wasn't a great guard to draw around that one. So long and so close to the centre line. It actually over curls out the other side, and Canada can now make a takeout around the outside of the guard to lie 2.
Yep. Hard! Whoa! Whoa! Clean! Whoa! Clean! Whoa! A little bit, Dawn, maybe. A little bit. Okay. Good job.
Good shot. And this is very similar to the first end where Canada forced the play. They lie 2 in the house and keep the stones well apart from one another.
Yeah, always a little bit.
Well, I was just going to say the difference here is, of course, Scotland have last stone, but still, the idea is to force Scotland to just 1 point and then get the hammer back if you're Canada.
Absolutely, Richard. It's always a little bit risky to leave your stone sticking around behind the corner guard here. It does give Scotland something to use to freeze on. It would make it a little bit more difficult to remove from play.
Okay.
Oh, just a little bit pacey in the end.
Solid hack.
Kind of 14-10, so speed's pretty good.
I think so too.
I agree.
Good looking line she has here. Canada piling in the stones. They now lie 3.
I don't mind that. Yeah, let's go this way.
Okay.
Normal!
Okay.
You're coming my way.
Okay, I had one first one come up here, didn't move all that much.
Okay. No, okay. Controlled!
Control!
Yeah.
Change your mind there from Eve.
Wave's good! Yeah!
Yeah, she did look at playing the hit and roll towards the shot on the other side of the 4-foot circle, but now choosing to go behind the corner guard. Must fly second shot.
Good on. Okay, that's okay.
No, it's not really. It's not really okay.
No.
Just lost that one, and Canada now lying 2.
Jennifer Jones deciding to eliminate the only real risk with that front guard sitting there. So, for those not familiar with curling watching this, I wonder why on earth they're taking their own stones out, but it's a good reason to take away any prospect of the opposition coming around that and freezing onto a stone in the house, making it tough to remove. So,
You've got 94 on Dawn. Like that? 05 for you?
Yeah.
not looking too good here for Scotland once again.
No, Richard, as you said, no guards in play to hide behind for Scotland, and needing to play a tough freeze here on the stone on the other side of the 4-foot.
Stacks! Line's
Line's
close!
good. Whoa!
Just wait, guys! Wait, it's good!
Seven.
Yeah! Need to go back!
Line's really good.
Go easy, just wait, just wait!
Line's perfect. Right, yeah.
Hard! Just wait!
Whoa, if you
Yeah,
can.
go, 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 go! Get shot, go! Whoa, 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 whoa. Good, fine. Go slip, guys. Okay.
Well, even that one just fractionally over curling.
Yeah, great
Canada, I
effort,
think,
though.
will still lie for a shot here.
Just wait!
Great effort, though. Just couldn't hold it quite straight enough. Absolutely perfect weight, though.
Try to stick around if we can.
Well, beautiful granite from Ailsa Craig in Scotland, making up the body of these stones. And Jennifer Jones now going to try to remove these two stones out of there. Well, not quite. Wasn't easy to do that, but Canada still alive first and second shot.
Tricky, but it's there. I think we have to move this.
Yes, so do I. Eve, I don't know if that's jamming if we hit it thicker.
No, I'm
Maybe-
jamming. Sweet, not jamming there.
Oh, okay, sorry.
It's going straight on there.
Okay.
No?
Yeah, okay. Why don't we know it's that?
I think we almost want to do this, no?
Like that. He knows, then she knows.
I think we want to kind of go to here, though.
Okay.
I think if we can roll to here, then she knows us. Even if we can roll right to here,
Okay.
she's going to have to make a play on that one.
Yeah.
Okay?
Like that,
Just
Hannah?
normal, yeah.
Moves quite
Even if we
nice.
get close before so if we can cross that way.
Well, even Anna just plotting their way to get rid of both of these yellow stones to
Yeah,
potentially
that's
score
nice,
2 or
but
3.
Right across to the red's not
Discussed
bad.
the option of nose hitting.
And leave it.
I agree with Eve here. Better rolling over to try and leave a double on the 2 yellows, or even just rolling into your own red to lie shot position in behind the yellow would be a good result as well.
Hey, whoa. Normal. Stay close. Whoa.
Stay close.
Stay close.
Whoa.
No.
Ah! Close.
No.
And this one thrown out. So hits and rolls out the house. Too many mistakes from Scotland today at this stage.
Like guarding that?
No.
Won't be quite as nice. Won't be quite as nice.
No, if you're here in
They're heavier over here.
Well, last couple of times we've seen Eve miss on the outturn
I'd like it to be, it's
on the high side.
that one, at least even.
So 2 stones remaining now. The last one belonging to Eve Muirhead. And she is highly likely to be forced to take a single point here because Jennifer Jones will leave Canada lying 2 after this next shot. And she's aiming to make sure there's no double takeout available. Routine shot for Jones. Drawing as far away as possible from the other Scottish Yellowstone. Sorry, Canadian Yellowstone.
I think it's good, if heavy as anything.
Tier better.
Hoping to line them up across from each other.
Yeah, as long as they're past the Yellowstone, Richard, they're on the other side, they're absolutely fine. Needs to be in the 8 foot to lie to. And nicely done by the Canadian skip. Well, this is a must make for Eve Muirhead.
okay, just go 8 foot. Yeah.
For that draw. So I thought it might be a hair light there, just
Right.
it wasn't. It's
So Eve Muirhead
not arena night.
draw to outcount these 2 Canadian stones for a single point, which Canada have forced Scotland into.
Line's good. 7. Line's good, guys. Line's good. Come, harm it. Okay. Really 4. Right to the tee. Head up.
It's curling a lot.
Right to the tee. Right to the tee. Good Eve. Good Eve. Nicely. Good.
So it will be the single point for Scotland's Eve Muirhead team. Gets them on the board, 3-1 behind, giving up the last stone advantage at the end of this third end,
Yeah.
trailing
Okay,
Canada.
tight. It's got a good setup and
Setting up my line just a hair because of wide.
Brother.
When you're ready.
So Scotland make their first score of this 4th draw. A score of 1 in the 3rd end, but still trailing Canada by 3 shots to 1 now. And just listening into Eve Muirhead's chat with their team in between the ends, I think it's she was absolutely hitting the nail on the head, and that the setup play has not been good enough from Scotland so far. Would you agree with that, Richard?
Yeah, I think it's nice here. The shot's good.
Yes, I think so, Logan. I think that's correct.
Yeah, a couple of mistakes, especially from Sarah Reid, not quite getting her stones in the correct spots. Becomes even more crucial now when you're chasing the game. Again, the centre guard just too far away from the house and making that come around far too easy for Dawn McEwen. And gets it fully in behind and leaves a good distance away from the button as well. So
Okay, line's good.
Okay, weight's good.
Line's good.
We're all there. Can we
Top
go
behind,
behind?
good.
Go behind.
Top behind.
Actually, weight's not
Yeah.
bad.
Okay.
Eight.
Whoa.
Nine.
Whoa. Whoa. It's passed. It's passed. Okay, that's fine.
well, Sarah just can't seem to find her weight at the moment. She's trying to freeze the one on the top of the 8 foot. Actually, maybe drifts into a better position than what was called on that occasion, but maybe Sarah just struggling to find her feet here. First time in a starting position at the World Women's Curling Championship.
Well, there's no substitute for getting draw weight than playing lots and lots of draws in your practice. And when the ice is so consistent and the stones are so consistent and curling is your profession, then quite frankly I don't see any excuse why you can't draw where you're supposed to draw. It's a bit feeble when the draw shots are nowhere near where they're supposed to be.
Corner of the top one. That's not bad.
That's certainly one way to look at it, Richard.
How about
Corner freeze the top. Yeah.
Of all the shots, that's the one I find
That's okay.
that you should be able to make really very, very accurately. Brushes are there to help you, the ice is consistent, the stones are consistent, you practice for hours and hours and hours and days and weeks and months, and you can't draw. I mean, what on earth is wrong? It's not good.
And you're obviously talking about Greenacres Curling Club right now, are you, Richard?
Absolutely not.
Anyway, Vicky Adams playing 81% for the tournament so far.
No, we just want 4.
Looking at high, wide and handsome at the moment.
Okay.
Bounces off the freeze.
Want to take a run at that?
More loose shots, I'm afraid.
Really?
If we roll out, it's not the end of the world, right?
This doesn't really do us anything.
Not going to win this championship this week playing like that anyway.
We're seeing a much more confident display though from Canada so far. Really seem to have got on top of things. Jill Officer had a bit of a stinker yesterday, only playing 62%. Coming down on her preferred out turn on this occasion. And a lovely shot there. Pushes the red far enough. And line 2 in behind the cover.
Yeah, well played. I think these houses look a little bit holding, I would call them. If you touch the stone, sometimes you find even touching the stone by almost nothing and it runs out the house easily. Here, it's quite, you've got to really catch them in exactly the right place to get the stones out if there's more than one of them.
Kind of like that for now.
Okay, 4 feet.
And Wendy Morgan, coach for Canada. I think liking
like
what she's
that?
seeing at the moment.
I like the guard
Okay.
still.
You want it fairly tight. Really tight, Jill.
Once again, Jennifer Jones in control here in the fourth end. Canada leading 3-1.
Keep it out.
Yeah, and once again, it's before the second stones are even finished being played that Scotland are on the back foot.
Okay, over and up, hard, clean, over and up.
Just can't get on top of things today.
4 feet. Just hard clean, hard clean, hard clean. Hard clean. Okay.
What does hard clean mean,
I gotta
Logan?
kick less so that I can.
Mine did come at the end.
There's David Hay, the team coach for Team Eve Muirhead. Hard clean is not a term that I'm particularly familiar with. I know Tom Brewster uses the phrase easy clean, so something a little bit heavier than that. Going for the run back here. Oh, super shot from Anna Sloan. Well, it was really a must make there. Bailing out her front end.
Yeah, well played from Anna Sloan. Removes 2 Canadian counters, rolls the third one off to the wing and leaves it visible for later play. Of course, the shooter stays out front as a guard for Canada to use.
Right before. Looks like lot. Great. Looks like lot. Full 8 by 4. Moving now. Mine's great.
Make it
Really
good.
curling, guys. Go. Come on, you need right to 4. Need right to my broom. Right to my broom.
Easy.
That's good, that's good, that's good, that's good, that's good, that's good. Very nice, kid.
Oh, lovely draw there.
Good kill.
And Scotland again forced to try and play the freeze here. They need to take quite a lot of risk. I think the problem at the moment, Richard, is there's quite a lot of risk being taken, but not a lot of reward to be had. So Anna Sloan made a good start yesterday, playing 83%. It's been a reasonably strong start to this game as well.
Just
Mine's great. 5.
Well, she may have lifted 2 Canadian counters with her last stone,
keep on it. Keep on
but
it.
this one is way short in weight
Yeah.
and crashes into the guard, leaving 2 guards, so
32.
twice as bad as it was before.
I think it'd been light.
Yeah, surprising really.
Besides, it's the hair.
I thought the release looked a little bit outside to in as well from Anna, but certainly the weight was the main thing that beat it. And now Caitlin Laws with a chance to hook another one round in behind the guard. 69% for her first game.
Heavy right now. T-line.
Never.
Back 4 even.
No.
Still?
Yeah.
Go back 12. Deep as it'll go. Back 12. Even through is better, guys. Back 12. Out of the 8-foot. Out of the 8-foot, Dawn.
This one a
Come on,
bit,
Dawn. Out of the 8-foot. Just the bite. Go, go, go.
little bit firm.
Go, 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 go.
Canada will lie 3 though.
Here's Daniela Drindel playing her final stone of the third end. Tied game after 2. 1 apiece. And a tough draw here against 3 red stones of Switzerland. Can she get shot or even just reduce the damage? Definitely cuts it down. And that one's going to sneak in there for second shot. Steal of 1 in the third end. And Switzerland leading Germany by 2 shots to 1.
So back to our feature game between Canada and Scotland. Canada playing the yellow stones, lying 3 here. And they have last stone. We're on Skip's stones here in the fourth end. Eve Muirhead going to have to save something pretty special here to prevent losing a big end.
82% for her first game yesterday. Trying to wiggle one between these reds here.
Well, that's
Okay, sorry.
not okay, really, in my view, anyway.
Not bad at that, Eve. Well, it's opened it up a bit.
Well, there's just not enough weight really from Eve there. Just over curled on them.
She had to be behind the guards, really.
Yeah, tough shot there, but perhaps a big end on the cards here for Canada. And you would have thought that would really kill the game.
Solid. Like it seems that weight kind of sometimes comes off. Yeah. I'd rather nose it than overroll it. Yeah. Go, Jen.
Well, after this next shot, they're going to lie 4, almost certainly. And Jennifer Jones hoping to just catch the inside of this and roll in behind the cover. 74% at this point. Well, good shot. Good result anyway. It curled a bit more than they expected.
What did you get? Yeah, it was good. I was surprised you said solid.
But it's a nice result because if you come through that gap between the two red Scottish stones, you have to go at some speed to hold your stone,
I don't mind that, but
prevent it running out.
Well, to be honest, Richard, I don't think they have any option really other than to just try and throw the out-turn freeze down onto the yellow stone on the button.
I think that's by far the more effective shot that can be made with more.
Can you get the double and roll?
Well, if you don't quite make it, you're still going to be perhaps with a small chance here.
That's there.
Has to curl a long way once it passes that front guard, though.
Controlled.
I think the draw is quite tough to get you
I think it
past
might.
the guard because they're holding up a wee bit there.
Just kind of controlled, try and get the roll right on top of that other one.
Yeah, even short half and
Yeah.
the jab.
Well, a tough shot here, Richard.
Yeah.
Well,
A little bit more weight than the last one, that's for sure.
And you short anyway.
and if she doesn't get the line spot on and catches one of these guards, Canada are going to pick up 5.
That's what I'm going for.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying you don't need to be too perfect.
All right, yeah. I know, because out there.
So,
I think like controlled.
Yeah.
I think we've got to be pretty solid just because.
Get the rolls.
very important shot for Eve Muirhead.
Quite tight to my right.
Well, it's through safely. Makes the double and rolls behind the cover. Great shot there by the Scottish skip.
Well, super result. Is it going to be good enough? Not sure it is, but I don't think she could have played it any better, Logan.
No, certainly not, Richard. That centre guard is quite long, so
Just
Jennifer Jones a good opportunity to make the tap back.
double takeout and a nice little roll, but there's no question she can come round that centre guard and tap the red one back for her 3. Would give them an unassailable 6-1 lead.
Still pretty good here, though, hey?
Yeah, it's not terrible.
Eve Muirhead was in a terrible mess coming to play that shot. All stemming from loose play from the front end of the team in particular.
Oh, Jennifer Jones, one of the best in the business at this kind of soft weight shot.
Calling madly to get it past this front guard. Oh.
Well, Eve Muirhead keeps the game alive with a super takeout and then a miss
The way we wanted, right?
from Jennifer Jones.
Well, you said back line.
Number 1. You.
And it just goes to show in 2 shots the game went from probably 6-1 to a 3-2 game.
Okay, right, we kind of.
Yeah, maybe even more, maybe even 7 or 8.
Kind of got away with that
1, Richard.
Stay relaxed.
So potentially a 6-shot swing there.
Yes, incredible.
I'm going extra heat.
3-2 then. Canada leads Scotland.
Okay, line's pretty close. Line's pretty good.
So as we join play here in the 5th end, Scotland mounting the Great Escape at the end of the 4th. Start this 5th and they play into the house. Somebody's forgotten to tell them they're trailing 3-2.
Oh,
That still had to be short.
yeah, I don't think that was deliberate, Richard. Sarah Reid just having a bit of a nightmare at the moment.
Yeah, no, it's nice. The 4 and a
Jeff.
4 and a quarter is T-line at least. So Reid's nice
Yeah,
here.
Anna Sloan taking over in the house at the moment. There in behind Jennifer Jones.
Hard. Hard, guys. Gotta be tighter than that, guys. All you got. Come on.
Wow, that really... Maybe I don't know what happened.
Okay.
So what happened?
Oh, a very long corner guard from Dawn McEwen.
Positive throw again at 15 will be good.
Do you wanna come
A little bit surprised that Jennifer Jones didn't hit there. I think you would see a lot of teams these days kind of choosing to run the 5th end through if they had an opportunity like that.
Okay, lines are here tight. Lines are here tight. 3. Pretty good. Heads up, Beck, heads up. Line's good. Line's good.
Ah. Whoa. She's okay, I think.
Oh,
Okay, get ready, get ready. Yep.
I think Vicky Adams just had a little bit of a panic there and thought she might be running it into the house, but good shot there by Sarah Reid.
5-8.
Well, that should have been where the first one was, perhaps, but
Yeah.
Scotland lying 1. Dawn McEwen.
Line's good.
Our second stone here in end number 5.
Hard, guys, hard. Hard. Hard.
Is he getting tighter? Okay.
No, that's not what the Canadians wanted. Another centre guard. However, there's not really any great opportunity here for Scotland at the moment to get one in behind. They're just going to have to protect what they've got for the time being.
Slightly your side of centre. Touching centre line.
You're right out tight here.
20s will be far away from me.
Okay, line's good. Weight's good.
So's line. Just remind brushes. Keep out there, Sarah. Keep
Over
out
and
there,
up.
Sarah.
Over and up.
Okay.
Over and up.
No, keep out there. Keep Keep it out there.
Let it stop. Let it stop.
Keep it out there. Keep it out there. Good, Vic.
Good, Vicky.
Go sweat, guys.
You.
How much does it look like?
7/8 on your dawn side.
Well, just the one removed for Jill Officer. Would you like to get a couple more going? Over to Sheet D, United States. Been crushed in their first 2 games. China winning their first 2. And here's Sia Leo with her final stone of the 4th end. And a chance to put a couple on the board here and take a lead against the United States. Nicely done by the Chinese skip. Rolls one right onto the pot lid. And 2 yellow for China. 4 rounds played. China 3, United States 2. Trying this run one more time. And Jill Officer just cannot find that in-turn takeout at the moment. Kenny did mention yesterday about Jill Officer's technique that maybe she's just trying to throw it a little bit too hard and giving it a little bit too much from the elbow, whereas you generally want to create as much speed as possible from your momentum.
Just clean. Just clean. Line's good. Just clean. Line's good. Just clean. Just clean.
Another long guard going up here. Anna Sloan.
Good, Anna.
Good.
Good.
So here's Sanna Pustinen, the Finnish skip player, first appearance at the World Women's Curling Championship. Currently a tied game after 3 ends, 2 apiece there, and right out in the foam here. And an interesting draw, that one right along the foam to put 2 on the board. Great draw there by Sanna Pustinen. Not too sure on finish, but I think she's saying no swing. Anyway, Finland 4, Denmark 2.
And back in our feature game, Caitlin Laws trying to remove more than just the one guard, but just similar to Jill Officer's shot, catching it a little bit too thickly and running the shot past the 2 front stones, which still survive for another shot here.
Let it stop. Let it stop.
Yeah, it's to stop, be as far away from those 2 at the front as possible.
Yeah, well, the line's good there, Richard. It just needs to be another few feet further back up the sheet towards the hog line.
This is an easier one to take more than one of these away, quite possibly all 3 with your shooter, exposing the Scottish stone in the house. Really lucky you might get it as well. Well, big push, we used to call these. Now it's called a positive release. Well, she escapes with that.
Just touching centre line.
But too positive, maybe.
Yeah, another look at it here. And sometimes when you do give it that big shove, you do lose a little bit of accuracy, and that's what Caitlin suffered with there.
Well, it's a technique to shoving accurately.
What's the other? What's the other? What's she going to do though? Because she can't get round found on the out turn just
Yeah.
now.
She's got in turn, but as long as we're that side, eh?
So that's 3 times Canada have hit that stone
Yes.
and failed to connect with the nearer guards. A little bit rattled, I think, after what happened at the last end, and who wouldn't be, because they were all over Scotland and then number 4.
Yeah, and again, it just shows how important the lead play is
Line's good.
in each end. This time it was Don McCune making the mistakes, and gives Scotland an opportunity to
Yeah,
really
line's good.
pile up some clutter on the centre line.
Hard, Sarah. Hard. Hard. Go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. Everyone, go, go, go. Good.
Good Eve. Well swept. Nicely there, yeah.
Oh, nicely done.
Well, that one shorter and slightly wider.
Here's Daniela Drindel throwing final stones for Germany. Currently trailing by 2 shots to 1 here in the 4th end, and can they drag this one down there to get into shot position this time? She can, they can, and it's a score of 1 in the 4th and a tie game. Switzerland 2, Germany 2.
Not the long guards we're worried about.
Jennifer Jones is in the hack here, going for a draw in behind the guard to try and lie first shot.
Little light.
For line 2, you gotta go line.
Where are we?
Wait, come back, Caitlin. Yeah!
Line only! Back 4!
You got row! Row! Lots of line.
Trying to get round this Scottish stone to lie first shot. Well, halfway round, but
Yeah,
they were holding off the sweeping to hope that it would curl a little bit more.
slowing down a bit.
Yeah, and I think
course.
they did get enough curl in the end. They managed to cover the inside edge, which was the primary objective on that occasion. And any hit and roll for Eve will have to be away from the centre of play, which should present a straightforward opportunity for Canada to score with their last stone.
Perhaps heard Jennifer Jones there saying slowing down a little bit. Certainly slows quickly in the house. Some of these draw shots, they slow up very quickly once they get into the house. So this time, Eve Muirhead just trying to tap back and roll to the wing to lie 2.
To be honest, they just really need to get it out of there. Should have a good enough one in there to force
Could be
Canada
a
just
tight-
to score 1 anyway. Oh, Canada still lying 1 here, I reckon.
Well, Scotland might have been better not sweeping at the end there, tapping it more straight in behind the guard to lie first shot. You have to be quick in your thinking at times and seeing what was happening there, having missed a shot. She caught quite a bit of the red stone. She could have been lying 1, maybe covered a little bit. Instead of that, she's handed Jennifer Jones the chance to take this one out and get 2.
Yep, 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 hard. Hard to it, hard. Hard to it, yep, 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 yep.
And with that last take out, Jennifer Jones will hit, roll to lie for 2 and take Canada to a 5-2 advantage at the end of the 5th, going into the break.
run backs back.
Yeah.
Slid great on the second one and just slid it. 13-6.
So we can take you through the highlights of the game thus far. And at the first end here, Jennifer Jones going with her last stone on the takeout to give Canada a 2-stone start. Just hangs on to the back of the house there to get her juice. In the fourth end, this shot of Jones, big chance to make 3 here. Early in the end, it had looked like more than 3, but she catches the guard and Scotland steal a point to narrow the score to 3-2 against the run of play. And going into the fifth end then, at 3-2 ahead. Eve Muirhead missing with her last stone and rolling across to lie open. This allowing Jones to hit and stay for 2, which she does, and goes into the fifth end break, taking Canada to a 5-2 advantage.
Shooting.
Sorry about that, Dan.
I'm sorry about that.
And looking the stronger team at this stage. And Finland against Denmark, the Finns 4-2 leaders in the fourth end, but things not looking too good here. Denmark's Lena Nielsen with her last stone. Great chance to draw for 4, which she makes to perfection and turns the 4-2 deficit into a 6-4 advantage with that draw shot. And looking at China against the US on sheet D. China lying well here. Important stone for US skip. Can she get the single point? Oh, she picks on the front stone, rolls in. Was lying 4 against, finishes up lying 1 against. So with that, instead of tying the game at 3-3, China will lead 4-2 at their fifth end break. David Hay, just coach for Scotland, down from the coach bench to have a word with Eve Muirhead and her team. We can have a look at the statistics. After 5 ends, 71-79. Draw shots, Scotland 76 and hits 62, trailing on all departments by 8 points in each case. So 8 points worse across the board. And a couple of stolen points with a failed shot by Jennifer Jones. And that beautiful draw in the second end right on the button, which was unable to be dislodged. So there's the scorecard, 5-2, Canada leading. As we approach the 6th end of play. And Dawn McEwen leads off for the second half.
Stop moving, really. Make sure your foot. Mine's good. There it goes.
You're watching us live here from the ZEN-NOH World Women's Curling Championship 2015,
Good. Atta girl. Very nice.
which is being played in the Tsukisamu Gymnasium here in Sapporo. And I'm Richard Harding. And sitting next to me is Logan Gray.
Line's good.
Yeah, I think Canada, good value for the 3-shot lead for sure, and that's represented in the stats as well. Just not enough shots getting made by the Scottish front end overall. Not good enough setup and not creating the opportunities. The Scottish back end seem to be firefighting most of the time at the moment.
Top 12? Yeah.
Well, that's right, Logan. That pretty much sums it up, I think. So can they find a bit of form in the second half? That's the question. Up to you,
Gotta move a bit.
Messrs.
Line's good. Line's great.
Reid and Adams.
Top 12. Gotta curl a bit here.
Well, all that being said, Richard, the scoreline is only 5-2. It could be a great deal worse.
Well, it looked as if it was going to be a great deal worse. Eve Muirhead
That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good.
saving Scotland from almost certain oblivion with her last stone in the fourth end.
Just controlled. Just move a bit here.
Anyway, they're still in a game at 5-2, so there's still all to play for, but they do have to up their game quite a bit from what we've seen.
So Sarah Reid playing 70% for the game.
No.
Not too sure about that one.
Good there.
Two good shots to get the second half underway though.
Play that. Think we peel that.
Yeah, I like that.
Great.
You got her, Jilly.
Canada not going to mess around too much again here. And you know, Jill Officer's giving these in-turn peels a little bit of extra focus once again. And she gives it the big push. And I don't think I've seen her make one of these shots yet, Richard, in 2 games.
Well, that one's a perfect shot if you're Scottish.
No, not again.
That couldn't really be better for Eve Muirhead, that one.
Absolutely, a good one to
I think 20.
freeze on the shot stone with.
Like top 12 shown
Well, that's the first part achieved by them playing a bad shot. The next bit maybe more difficult. Scotland have to play a nice perfect shot here from Vicky Adams.
You can go then. Hard, good line. Hard.
And they're shouting line. Indication that it could be on the guard.
Yep. Whoa. Yep. Whoa.
Well,
Okay.
not too good there. Short of weight.
I think we gotta come around.
What?
Yeah, they just can't string any shots together at the moment, the Scottish team.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
One player makes 2 and the next one misses.
They're here,
Jill
we can
Officer
only,
playing
like-
70% for the game.
We might be able to get them all, but okay. I don't think so. Like, we're probably rolling to there.
Yeah, to
Depends
have
on
that
where you
one
hit
miss,
this.
to have that one miss, the one in the house, it's hard too. You know, it almost
I
just,
think we just go here.
yeah.
Top 4.
Well, deciding that they can't do enough damage to these guards to justify hitting them.
I'm good.
So playing an aggressive shot instead.
So the draw around these stones to lie 2 is
Line's good.
the request from Jennifer Jones.
Clean it. T-line open. You got room.
Whoa.
No,
Think
then
it's
off.
heavy, guys.
Back 4, Becky.
No, it's all there.
No. Back 4. It's really trying here.
No, for line.
No.
Gotta sit.
No.
Good looking line, but a little bit firm, and
Okay.
well, turns out not too bad. Right behind that guard, partly covered.
Switzerland, Germany on sheet A. This is Alina Putz. And needs to find the forefoot here to put a score on the board. And even if they could just bump that yellow, they might even get two if they're really lucky. Doesn't manage that, but still manages to get a point on the board. One red. And at the halftime break, it will be Switzerland 3, Germany 2.
Controlled. What way? Controlled.
Well, Scotland's starting to get a little bit adventurous here. Just going to try and hit this red into the two yellows. Must be close. A nice shot there by Vicky Adams. Generally known for her take-out play rather than her draw play. And
Let's have another look at this, Logan.
just hits it a fraction too high and just spins the red out into the open. Hit it a little bit thicker there. Then those two yellows go and you stay in behind.
Not bad though. Whole lot better than it was 2 minutes ago. So the hit and accurate roll, the order of the day here, and she gets the roll a little bit, but it's not going to go behind the guards. So a chance for Scotland to play maybe a controlled weight and roll in behind, as Eve's indicating.
What'd you like?
That was the first call.
Okay. Easy hack. Okay. You still need to be solid though to be able to get. I think 80s.
So controlled weight takeout, waiting for the draw. Needs to curl to get the roll in behind, and it doesn't. And is that a tougher shot, Logan, if you're a left-handed player playing on that side of the ice? I always think it takes a little bit longer to draw for somebody who's playing left-handed when you're playing away from the hack like that.
Yeah, absolutely, Richard. You're coming from a completely different origin than if you're coming from the right-handed hack. It's a completely different line. And yeah, the stone does take a little bit of a different path and a different break point. So a good shot all the same from Anna Sloan. Doesn't manage to get underneath the guards though. Well, lots of noise. And I'm just over curls a fraction on Caitlin Laws.
What was that, Jen?
Well, both teams struggling a little bit for the line here. Another chance for Scotland, this time to tap that yellow back and roll in behind these two guards. They're more useful for Eve Muirhead than they are for Jennifer Jones, that's for sure. But yet to use them. So this time we've got our left-handed third player, Anna Sloan.
Yeah, and going back to our previous discussion, this shot should possibly be easier for Anna.
Yeah.
Coming from the right-hand side of the centre line as opposed to the left-hand side of the centre line.
Good throw.
Well, they were not that quick onto the sweeping with that stone. Perhaps could have held the line. It seemed to obviously curl more than they were wanting. Rolls out the other side of these guards and lies in the back 8-foot circle. Canada, though, choosing to ignore it for Jennifer Jones' first stone and having a go at coming around those two centre guards.
I had a rocket on yours, Jill. Was it?
I threw more than I wanted to, and then the girl said it came off. But I don't think it's terrible. I think
you guys would sleep at 8. Like I had a 15.
Frustration.
Probably back button. Think it's heavier on this side, or?
it is a little bit, but it's not terrible.
Okay.
Is what I, Dawn? Yeah.
Yeah, completely agree.
We need 4 foot regardless.
Go, Jen.
Jennifer Jones, 78% today. Good shooting by the skip. Did miss that one shot though in the fourth end that could have really put the game beyond doubt. A chance to score 3 and gives up a steal.
Back 8 right now, then. Just let it back 12, lost. Back 12.
This one looks pretty heavy. My goodness, that's a loose shot from Jennifer Jones.
12-6.
Wow. Well, you don't see shots as
I just thought afterwards.
inaccurate as that from Jennifer Jones very often.
That girl was your 8.
Yeah, still really only a chance for Scotland to score 2, you would think.
Let me just touch the forfeit. It comes off that back one.
That being said, in a similar position yesterday, almost exactly the same situation yesterday,
I should be pretty close, eh?
Finland came around the centre guards. Jennifer Jones elected to play a freeze instead of hitting the open stone, missed it and gave up 3. So I wonder if we'll have any deja vu here, Richard. Eve Muirhead 72%.
Sweeping for the line to get it past. Well, there's no problem with that. Plenty of room. It's the weight that's the important thing. The stone draws to the top of the 1 foot circle to lie 2.
Visions of it stopping.
Well, and looky here, Richard, looks like Jennifer Jones may have learned her lesson from yesterday and is opting to hit the open stone rather than risk losing 3.
Well, her last stone going through the house with an attempted draw has led to the advantage for Scotland in this end.
Yeah, and probably doesn't make you feel all that confident with trying to play the freeze again with your next one. Well, it's going to be the same draw again for Eve Muirhead to close the gap on Canada.
Sorry. Yeah, maybe, Julie.
Yeah, I didn't think about it
2-1.
because we all kind of agreed on the speed, you know what I mean? But I think now
I wouldn't have thought
it
that.
was a little faster. Let us know if the line's the same.
Yes. Taking an inch more, so.
Okay. Same way.
Final stone of the 6th end. First opportunity for Scotland to put a multiple score on the board.
And they need to keep sweeping this to get it right into the touch the 4 foot circle for her 2. Well, she does. And that will be 2 points for Eve Muirhead and her Scottish team, narrowing the score to 5-4. Canada still leading in this game after 6 ends of play.
Sorry. 14-7 on that.
Yeah, I wouldn't have guessed that.
I didn't think.
Well, back to a one-shot game here. Eve Muirhead with 2 cool draws to the forefoot to close the gap. And Sarah Reid starting the 7th end here in draw 4. So the interesting stats just popped up here, Richard. And head-to-heads between Eve Muirhead and Jennifer Jones. In 20 meetings since 2009, Jennifer Jones has won 14 of those meetings. An impressive stat. And certainly in control so far today. But actually, Richard, after 18 games, it was 14-4. So Eve's won the last 2.
It's not curling at all. Go back 12, you're deep.
No, it's not that much back.
Oh, it kicked. It just grabbed. Higher the better, guys. Higher the better. Just a bite of the 4. Oh, very nice.
Well, the important ones, obviously, were one of the important ones was in the Winter Olympics
That last one.
in Sochi.
Hey, weight's close.
Weight's close. Okay, we just want to be top forefoot. Weight's good.
Yep, 6 shots to 4. Jennifer Jones won the
Looks heavy.
semi-final at the Olympics.
Oh, no bump. Line's good, but no bump. Line's good. Hard. Hard, Anna. Go. Good, go for it, guys. Good shot, Sarah.
A much better setup from Sarah Reid now, starting to find her feet.
You got room. Where are you? Ben. No, it's grabbing hard. Losing its handle. Rub off. Go. Rub off. Hard. Okay. Watch his handle there. Okay.
Just bounces off the freeze.
Boy, that
We
really
just
stuck
heard
again.
Handle.
Jennifer Jones saying it lost its handle.
It's getting achy for your hacks.
Did you see it losing its handle, Logan?
Hey, weight's good. Up
No
ahead.
line just now.
Not particularly, Richard, but it is what it is. Here's Vicky Adam. She's making a hack weight takeout on the shot stone.
No. Yep, Hannah. Go on. Go. Ah, sorry.
Just slightly rolling too far.
Yeah, absolutely, Richard. It was key to keep the red stone on the other side of the centre line to leave them lined up onto the Yellowstone.
Yep.
Now the opportunity presented to Canada is that they can run this guard in and maybe even pick both of those reds off while keeping their Yellowstone in the forefoot intact. I think Jilloff's just got a bit of a mental block on that in-turn peel at the moment. She just can't buy one of those at the moment.
Well, should remove the guard, but these two Scottish counters on the front 8-foot circle still lying there.
Just line them up. Okay. Just to line these up, Vic. 74, so if I go for like 85, I think more than 3 to move them. There's 75 there, so if I go 90.
So we're not going a 75, Logan, we're going a 90. What's that all about?
Split times, Richard. Simple as that.
What would the split time be?
Well, they're taking a time between the tee line and the hog line. You see some teams take it between the back line and the hog line, but Eve's team specifically use tee to hog. So, and that gives them an early indicator of how fast the stone's going when it reaches the first hog line. They can then sweep accordingly.
But what is the 75? Is it like 75 seconds?
No, no, it is not 75 seconds.
2 seconds. 2.75 seconds.
It's 2.75 seconds, and I'll roughly work out around about hack weight. Draws on good ice conditions, you're looking for around about 3 seconds. So the longer time, the longer the stone is taken to travel from point A to point B, and the slower the stone will be going.
No, close. Close. Yep. Whoa. Yep. Whoa. Big. Whoa.
Well, thank you for that. Worthy of explanation for those that perhaps curl but not taking the split times all over the world for recreational curling. They're not quite so much into the stopwatches for these shots. You'll see the girls in these teams timing and stopwatching everything.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's not just their own stones that they'll be timing, it'll also be the opposition, so they can monitor different lines on the ice and find out what's the fast bits and what's the slow bits, whether any stones are slightly different from others. I know, Richard, it's a lot to take in for you. So Scotland lying 2 here. Both touching the 4-foot circle.
Want to come look, just so you know? We got lots of time. Could also do that. Or do that with control weight. It's kind of what you can see. If we tick it, we might...
Well, apart from that one...
Yeah, I guess you can... No, you can still hit a little less, like a third.
The clock's just ticking away in the background there. Jennifer Jones just said that they do have lots of time. With this new thinking time system, you generally would account for at least 3 minutes an end to safely complete your ends in the allotted time.
Just looking at the angles here and how to...
I've seen this spot, but
I like it.
How to remove the Scottish stones and lie to the best advantage.
not sure what the right move is right now. Okay, let's go. We need to go to third.
Okay, got it.
So before that little discussion, I was
Try and stick around if I can.
just about to say that really, other than Eve Muirhead's saving shot in the fourth end, the Canadians were totally dominant in the first 5 ends. But since then, it's been a little bit different.
Yeah, we saw that yesterday as well. A strong start from Canada, but just couldn't close the door on their opposition. It's a similar story today. Oh, get the white one as well. Oh, great effort from Caitlin Laws. And Canada line too, and how that turns the end around.
To go back.
Great accuracy for that weight of shot. Another look at it, just catches the angle perfectly. Removes the two Scottish counters. Rolls the shooter a little bit away from the other yellow Canadian stone. Here we are again.
Yeah, and doesn't even leave a double takeout either. Great shot there by Caitlin Laws. So now Scotland needing to try and find a hit and roll underneath the yellow stone furthest away from the button. Over on sheet D, China and the USA. China leading by 4 shots to 2. This is Eileen Sarmunen.
Not moving yet. Starting to move now. Okay.
Here in the 6th end, the sweeper's backing off this one a little bit.
You gotta be here though.
But no need to worry, this one's going to rear up in time, and it's score of 1 for the US. And the scoreline there, 4 shots to 3 in favour of China.
You're not deep. That's good.
We kind of got to, I think, go for the double. We've got to try and go over that if we can. We just don't want to give up a cheap 2.
Yeah, I know.
Thing is, if you go for the double, it's going to go over that. Going for the hit and roll, we're going to jam on it. So it's pretty skinny, but I think it's worth a shot.
Well, Eve absolutely correct there. They could go for the hit and roll on top of the yellow behind the tee line, and that's what you would do had that red stone in the left hand of the screen not been there. But the risk is that you would jam on that and leave another yellow kicking around the rings. So they're going to go for the thinner angle and try and chip it across the top of the red in the left and roll over and try and get the other yellow out of there as well. Thin contact required. Must be close. Oh, look at that. Too thin. Can you believe it? It's a good attempt there by Eve. And actually just hitting an inch more of the stone, they would have probably made that shot.
Slide in pretty good to the wings. Yeah, that one did.
These kind of shots looking quite difficult to
You want to be even, so back 4.
gauge the angle just perfectly when they're quite far apart.
Well, absolutely. When they're much closer together, then it's much easier to make contact with the second one. You can maybe hit up to half the stone variance and still make contact like the one Caitlin Laws just played. You hit that one thick, you still move them both. But that one, with them being around 8 feet apart, you really have to be so precise.
Line's good.
Sweep for the tee.
Line's good.
Sweep for the tee. Line's good.
Close for line.
So Canada set to pick up 2 more here, it has to be said.
You're good.
The tee line's good.
You're good.
5-4,
That's good.
they are ahead.
Good brush, guys. Nice, Jen.
And Eve Muirhead will be
Brushing, guys.
Roll into here.
forced to hit and stick. What she doesn't want to do is give up 3 by trying to play a fancy freeze shot and not quite making it, leaving Canada a chance for maybe a takeout for 3. She's got to hit this one and stick in first shot, hoping to get an error out of Jennifer Jones with her last stone, perhaps with a hit and run.
Well, absolutely, Richard. If you give up 3 here, the game's dead. You give up 2, there's only 3 ends to go, but you've still got a chance of overturning that 3-shot lead. 4 could well be out of the question.
Always hitting it.
Well, wanted to really hit and stick to live first shot at the back. Hope to get a half shot from Jennifer Jones on a hit. Instead, she's left Jennifer Jones the chance to play a draw anywhere to the 8-foot circle. So it's a pretty soft 2 to give up. And the Canadian skip just getting ready in the hack for this important draw shot. She leads 5-4, and now the chance to go 7-4 ahead.
Line's good.
I thought it was less, so.
Line's good. Moving now.
Really moving, guys.
It's going sideways. Can't hurt
Come on,
it.
guys, get
Can't
there.
hurt it. Keep her coming, keep her coming.
Line's good.
Keep her coming.
So just play the same draw again. They know the speed of that line, having just played it, and makes easy work of that.
Great double, Caitlin.
Yeah.
I think that was a call.
Yeah.
And after 7 ends, Canada have 7 shots, and they lead Scotland by 3.
14-2 on that one. It's a little better than the
Line's good. You have room. So, line's great. Line's great. It's really moving. It's just out a bit wide.
So the start of the 8 then.
Line's great.
We see Don McHugh.
Go for it, guys. Come on, Caitlin. Come on. You gotta go, guys. Come on.
Throwing the stone into the house.
Come on. Go, 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 go. Okay. Okay.
And if you've just joined us here,
Line's good.
Canada leads Scotland 7 shots to 4.
Hard.
You're watching the Women's World Curling Championship, coming to you from the Tsukisamu Gymnasium here in Sapporo.
And there's the matchup at lead. Sarah Reid 33% on hits, but overall Dawn McEwen outplaying Sarah Reid by 88 to 73 through 7 ends.
Okay, line's good. No, you gotta go.
Dominant performance by the Canadian lead.
Gotta go. Gotta go, guys. Come on. on, Julie.
Well, 15%, big difference, Logan.
Keep her going, keep her going, keep her going. We're by. Go, go, go. Go, 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 go. No pocket.
It's over here on sheet 8. Here's Daniela Drindel throwing against 3 red Swiss counters. Switzerland 2-0. Germany 1-1. And the line looks fine. How's the weight? Needs to drop it on the tee line. Sweeper's backing off this one at the top of the house. And Nadine Lehman is just going to usher that one to the back line. Put a steal of 3 on the board for Switzerland. It's 6-2.
Back in our game. 2 Canadian stones in the house. And now clearing the guards. Canada can't go too far wrong by keeping the front clear of any stones at all. So they play the game in the house at 3 shots up.
Yeah, Scotland need to make sure they score a deuce here, really. Score of 1 not enough, then they'll probably have to steal 3 ends in a row to win the game. So
Is it higher?
needs to be a multiple score here.
Let it go. Let's not be too high. Yep, keep going. There's going to be no use if it's too high. Come on. Okay, well set.
Well, shorter than they wanted because there's a chance to lift both of these red stones out here. For Jill Officer.
Whoa. Tap. Whoa. Whoa. My fault. Sorry, Julie.
I threw that a little different, I thought. Yeah.
So she hits and removes one of them.
Okay. Okay.
Shooter goes.
Behind the corner. 2 feet on.
Okay, wait till there just now. We're all right.
Close for line.
Okay,
No, you're okay. Line's fine. Line's fine. Just for weight. Line's good.
take a look. Just let it stop.
Oh, line's
let it
perfect.
stop. Let it stop. 7-8. Let it stop. 7-8.
Good back.
Good back.
Go swept. There you go.
Yep.
Positive.
Well, Caitlin Law is out playing Anna Sloan at 3rd position as well. 82% against 73.
Whoa, line's good. Line's good. Just keep it clean. Just clean. Line's fine. Whoa, 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 whoa. Line's good. Line's good. Okay. Good.
Do you like here? Sure. Caitlin. Very nice.
Good brushing.
Good, Caitlin.
Nice brush, Caitlin.
Even if we like
And Lena Nielsen here in the 8th end.
Wow!
Beg your pardon, the 7th end. Making that shot for single point. And going ahead 7-6. Denmark leading Finland. Back to our game. Scotland lying 3 shots against them here in the later stages of this 8th end. Muirhead going for the takeout and hopefully the little roll. Needs to stick though. Well, they've lost it again. Doesn't put the back stone out either. Scotland have last stone, but it's a struggle to get 2 out of the position they're in now. It's what they really need to close the gap from 7-4.
Much closer matchup at 4th position. Jennifer Jones just sneaking it for Canada there as well.
As long as we knows it, you know, like so.
Takeout's quite low for Eve there.
Right, yeah. Nose or hair.
Surprised to see just such big differences between the
Got it.
takeouts and the draws from both players. A couple of misses on both sides, but
Firm.
overall Jennifer Jones ahead. And electing just to hit this red stone out of play, belonging to Scotland.
Whoa. 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 Whoa.
Sweeper's not touching it. And the hit on the nose to lie 4 for Canada. 3 stones remaining here in this 8th end. 2 of them belonging to Eve Muirhead, and we can just slide across to sheet D.
Sia Leo throwing the last stone of the 7th end for China, leading by 4 shots to 3. Facing a couple of United States counters here. Well, actually just the one doesn't manage to get it out of there, and a steal of 1 for the United States. 4 each. So back in our featured game, Scotland and Canada, 2 stones at the top of the 8 foot, and Eve Muirhead trying to play a very difficult draw around them, using them as a guard. Well, the handle just came right out of that one.
It did, it just lost the handle at the end and skidded across to tap the front yellow stone of Canada. It had to be round behind the Canadian stone there.
Yeah, and I would say that Eve is actually one of the ones most guilty of throwing a bit of a lazy handle, probably the least of all the kind of the top skips, and that can tend to happen. You can just lose them at the end. They just kind of walk sideways and you lose a little bit of control over them. So
Firm again, I think. I just know the ice so
maybe
well.
something to look at for
Like
Coach David Hay.
8.5, 9, like a nice kind of normal.
Now, the next problem for Eve will be that if Jennifer Jones just hits this on the nose, then there's a
big problem.
Quite a wall of yellow stones protecting the 4 foot circle, so won't be that easy for Eve to score.
No. That's absolutely right. May well be forced to come down on the in turn and pass these stones, but of course I have to take ice from quite far out on the sheet, which hasn't been played so much, so the draw's a little bit more difficult. Is she going to hit it on the nose? She certainly is. It's a tough shot now for Eve Muirhead.
Yeah, you don't think it's going to be that hard trying to find your way into the forefoot here, but
Still needs to be quite tight.
I know.
should be reasonably straightforward. But then you've got all these stones in the way, so short of using a helicopter, how do you get in there?
Well, drawing down the left-hand side of the sheet as she looks at it.
I don't think the draw's there really, is it? I know. No, I've got to roll in, that's the thing. It's pretty tough, but I think it's all that we really have, isn't it? I think you've got to play pretty solid. That way, I know, but...
Doesn't make this shot here.
To get the... No, I think this.
Could end right here.
I can hold it and let it break. Yeah.
Well, this is a tough one. Eve Muirhead not wanting to go right out to the boards to throw a draw, so choosing to play a hitch and roll instead to try and extend this game. Has she made it? Has she made it? Oh, super shot. Will it stick for shot? It will not.
Or even second.
Certainly looks like a steal of two, Richard, and that could be curtains for Scotland.
Yeah, two yellow.
Jeez. Two. 9-4. What you thinking? Get two steal.
Yeah, done. I was like getting your reaction. Sorry about Mikhail. The first one I was like, okay, I just want to get that swing.
Thanks, guys. Well played.
And Eve Muirhead deciding that a 9-4 advantage for Canada is too much to come back from in the two ends remaining in this game. Scotland shaking hands, and Canada's Jennifer Jones wins the game. In truth, they were the dominant team throughout. A couple of saving shots from Eve herself, leading Scotland to stay alive in this game for as long as they did. But a 9-4 score, the end result. We can have a look at the USA-China game here. 4-4 in the seventh end. And blank end at number 8, leading to this ninth, where China, with last stone advantage, will be hoping to capitalise. Well, just a fraction heavy there on the draw round. And this USA team, new to competition at this level. Tara Peterson at second. Just drawing in behind. And the attempted raise takeout not coming off for China. Perhaps
So is this side slower or is this side the same?
worse, leaving the shooter lying there. Back to the Switzerland-Germany game for another look in this 8th end. Daniela Drindel tapping up to make a single point, narrow the score to 6-3. Three behind they are. Back to our China versus US encounter. Chinese with last stone advantage here, of course, wanting to keep the front as clean as possible so that they can get at the US counters, especially that one on the top of the forefoot. Vicky Persinger with this shot. Just trying to guard up. And pretty good stone from her.
Meanwhile, over on Sheet C, a tight game. Next door, Denmark leading by 7 shots to 6. Here's Sanna Pustinen throwing her final stone of the 8th end. Already lying shot stone and drawing for 2. Kausta and EP on the brushes. And they take good care of that one to put 2 on the board for Finland. High scoring game there. Finland lead Denmark by 8 shots to 7.
So same shot again for Vicky Persinger. Trying to replace the guard that she put there previously. This looks pretty good. Yeah, very well played.
Goes for the run back here and absolutely nails it. Great shot there by Leo Yinliu. This hits it absolutely perfect. Splits the red off. And China lying one after that one.
Well, great shot from Chinese third player. But the guard remains, and chance for US skip Aileen Sormanen to draw around behind.
Keep backing. Hey, well then. It's going to come down to an 8. Well then.
Got a curl. Yes,
This
So
one
important
looks-
to say top of the tee line here.
bring it to the back. Yes, we're backing.
Needs to curl though.
Yep, 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 yep.
Well, if they were going to force the issue with the chance of a steal, it needed to be better than that. A little bit shorter, short of the tee line and round the guard more. So not too good from the US with that shot.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think we'll see China be too worried about going after that redstone with this one. They'll try and get this one around the guard and into the forefoot in a position that kind of blocks the way into the button for the United States. Something a bit like that. Exactly what was asked for. Lovely draw there by Leo Sia.
Yeah, but here she still has this around it. Yeah. We gotta get to there.
Well,
So just a touch
China
this
allowed
way.
to play that
Yeah,
shot because
a little more room.
Sormanen didn't
Well, you ended here,
get
though.
her
Now
last
we gotta
stone
get that.
accurately positioned in
Yeah, I think just
the spot that China now occupy.
Yeah, well, I think they know they're probably going to give up a score here. Just trying to limit the damage here, and
we can like half tuck under that. It's not
they're
really
actually
way
going to try and draw around the Yellowstone. That's a very difficult shot.
try to get in there. And
But even just somewhere in front of the tee line and at least make China play a difficult shot to score 2.
Line's good. Line's good. Room. 7. Room. Line's good. Room. Plenty of room. 7. Plenty of room. Finish it. Go if you need to. Go if you need to. Line's good. Line's good. Hurry hard. Yes, hard. Hard, hard, hard. Come on, girl. Come on, Monica. Go, 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 go.
Well, a good attempt anyway. Should be reasonably easy for China to get that out of there.
Just a little bit challenging to get the precise line for them to pick up their 2, but it's certainly on to do just that. Just a running stone at this. Tap it back. And then we'll go ahead once more in this game.
Almost good enough to score 3. Nice shot there by Leo Sia. And they move into a 2-shot lead after 9 ends. China looking good to remain undefeated. Oh, lovely take out to score 2 there from Leo Sia. And China looking good for picking up their 3rd victory of the week. If you've joined us expecting coverage of Scotland against Canada, you missed it. It only lasted 8 ends. And Canada defeated Scotland by 9 shots to 4. And you're watching live coverage of the World Women's Curling Championship 2015 from Sapporo. And my name's Logan Gray, alongside me Richard Harding. And we're picking up the tail end of United States against China here in draw 4. USA currently 0 wins and 2 losses, and China 2 and 0. And looking good for picking up their 3rd. So this is Wang Rei, the Chinese lead. Generally you want these 2 yellow stones in front of the house to be kind of in line. By putting them alongside each other, then you do present a freeze opportunity for the team with the last stone, trying to score 2. Needing to score 2. So it could be an option later on for the United States.
Well, the USA, they need 2 to send the game into overtime, but they need 3 to win, of course. So ignoring these 2 Chinese stones at this point, drawing round the 1 corner guard. Would you have done that, Logan, or would you have put another guard out? I think I would have put the guard out.
Well, I don't think it makes too much difference. It's just 2 different ways of going about it, really. Regardless of what you do, there's going to be a peel in the centre guard with the next stone, so...
Problem is you need to take your opportunities when you can for the guards, and now there are none. You're in a bit more bother. There's still one lying out there, more chance of making the shots, I think.
Well, they're going to put this one back up anyway. I think the key at the moment is just running a few stones down before making your move in the house.
I need to finish it a little. Okay, well done. On its own. 3. On its own. Good. Nice shot.
Oh, nicely done by Tara Peterson.
Come on.
Well, very close to getting the 2 there. Sormanen indicating the replacement of the guard in the same place. I think a little bit shorter might be better, reducing the chance of the 2 reds going with 1 attempt from China. That one, I think, a little bit better placed. Touch closer to the centre line. And we're having a timeout here for China. Have a discussion as to what to do with the next stone. The Chinese coach.
Do you want me to take that one, Richard?
Going to have a discussion
Yeah, there's
with
Sean
the
Wayne.
team. With his little metal board to explain.
Well, for me, I think the 5 is Team China here. Would just be peeling the guard again. I think the United States still have a lot of work to do and good stone placement if they want to score a deuce. And if you do leave the corner guard up, then you potentially bring 3 into the equation as well. They don't have their setup that well on the centre line to really take any or make any aggressive moves at the moment.
Yes, I agree with that. Couldn't have summed it up any better myself.
High praise
Sure, this
indeed,
is
Richard.
the right shot.
Yeah, I'm sure during these timeouts, though, you don't just discuss the shot that's being played. You formulate a plan for the rest of the end and get everyone on board.
So peeling this guard, the order of the day, successfully executed. And we can see the end of the Swiss-German game. Switzerland remaining undefeated at this stage. 7-3 the win they made over Germany.
And Germany will suffer their second loss of the week. Second consecutive loss as well. And now set on 1 win and 2 losses.
And the US persisting with this guard on this side.
Yeah, well, they can't do this for too much longer now. They've done a good job of running the Chinese stones down a little bit. They'll need to make a play in the house on these two yellows at some stage soon.
Oh well, that makes things easier. Only one yellow remaining. Little mistake there from China. So, third player, Vicky Persinger. Just replacing this guard again.
Yeah, well, I think if China hadn't rumbled those yellow stones in the house, then USA might have been forced to come in with that one. But could afford to wait one more now.
Well, we're down to skip stones. And the last stone advantage in the end belonging to the United States.
Yeah, and China exploring the option of the corner freeze here to lie two. Leo Sia playing some terrific draws today. 8 draws, 94%. Of course, we are used to seeing Bing Yu Wang playing for China. Most of her team deciding to retire from curling at the end of last season after the Olympics.
Well, very nicely played. Corner freeze perfectly made there.
Yeah, Richard, as they say, couldn't have placed that better from the near hack.
Yeah, I think we got to draw somewhere. It's a matter of if we draw here or we come around it here.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, we don't necessarily have to get shot. I don't know if it's here versus back here, either or. Yeah.
That really was a perfect shot there from the Chinese.
Fully buried. Shot over that one. Yeah. We got this long come around to back here. We played this a million times.
With that shot, they pretty much
yeah, that's true. Yeah, I think I'd be like that then.
made sure that the red stone of the US isn't going to be any use in this end.
I don't think so.
No, absolutely. They're going to need to move those stones if they want to bring that red into play. At the moment, it's completely nullified.
Here.
And they can't move them in any positive way that allows it to come into play, because that corner freeze is so well played right onto the side of the red US counter.
I don't think it does roll on top. It rolls like...
Yeah, but would you hit this at all to bump it, to remove that off? I
don't know if this would be showing at all, if that would help, but. Yeah, unless this starts to show out there. Right. Then this might come into play. No, it's going right under the guard. Okay.
And the US will just have to be a little bit careful here. They're on 2 minutes 30 seconds worth of thinking time left and 2 stones to go. So they can chat on about this for another minute or so, but after that, well,
This spot's going to curl a lot.
Yeah. What kind of weight are you thinking, 10?
Even less.
Less?
I mean, we want to roll down.
Right.
We don't want to hit much of it.
Yeah. You were saying you want to hit like here.
Yeah. So like board weight.
Yeah.
Well, they're calling a very difficult shot here. They're just going to try and play a quiet weight takeout and make a thin contact on that Yellowstone at the top of the forefoot and roll underneath the Yellowstone just played by Leocia. Tough one.
it certainly is.
I'm thinking like board.
I think for me, I'd probably be trying to hit the one at the top of the forefoot with a peel weight shot and roll over onto the Yellowstone and try and release the red stone off a little bit. And then hope for a mistake. But whatever shot they play here, they're going to need a mistake. Aliens from Union having a pretty mediocre game in the stats.
Yep. Hurry. Hurry all the way. Yes. Hard. Come on. You got it. Hard. Yes. Hurry. Yep. Hard.
Well, this one just could over curl. It curls so much at the end, and it does. Just not reading the fact that the stones curl so much at the end.
Yeah, isn't the experience for them though? The only player in the American side who's been at a World Women's Championship is Tara Peterson. She played in 2014, but even then was just the alternate in St. John's. So the other 3 players have only played at junior level internationally. So it will be a steep learning curve for them this week, you would think. Well, just really needs to get this redstone out of there and it's game over. I don't really see any shot for United States to score 2. Well, does enough. A little bit of a panic on that back one, but I think that one's going to be game over.
Yep, hard to see how the US can get 2 out of this.
Yeah, second World Women's Championship for Leocia, who was also present in St. John last season.
Can't throw that much weight though. Yeah. Or to just, no. Just throw this. Yeah.
Well, the only shot that I can see is running the corner guard in to play a skinny double on the 2 yellows, and you would score with the corner guard and the stone in the back line for 2. This is where I need to tell straight to Richard.
We gotta just nick that top.
Well, we'll see it demonstrated perhaps, but I'm not saying it's a high percentage shot.
So here it comes. The big weight coming down
She
from
got the
Aliens
line
from Union.
right. No, she has not, and it will be 2 for China. And an 8-4 count it is for China over the United States. Down to the last stone in the game.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough week for the USA, you would think. Okay, so 3 games down, 1 to go. and it's Denmark-Finland on sheet C. Finland leading by 9 shots to 7. Hogline violation earlier in the end from Una Kaustet. But Finland still lying shot position, and no yellow stones in the house currently. Only 2 to come for Denmark, and they both need to count.
Jeg tror måske lidt mindre. Ja.
So Lena Nielsen.
Not playing very well, it must be said, playing 50% on draws and hits, and total percentage as well. And this is in the guard. It's in the guard, and it's going to be a wide open takeout for Sanna Pustinen.
Well, earlier in the game, in fact, at the end of the 5th end, Denmark scored 4 to go 6-4 ahead, but their lead has evaporated over the last 4 ends. And now they trail 9-7. This stone will give Finland the game. And with that takeout safely played, Finland will defeat Denmark.
Yeah, and Finland will move to 1 win and 1 loss, as will Denmark. Final score, Finland 12, Denmark 7.
Thank you. Oh, yes, thank you very much. Ja, hyvä. Loistavaa. Hyvät tytöt. Hyvä vääntö.
They're clearly thrilled with that win. They had the Super European Championships to qualify for the Worlds. And getting their first win on the board at their first World Women's Curling Championship.
So that was our feature game, showing the score. Scotland going down 9 shots to 4 against Jennifer Jones and her Olympic team, gold medal team from Sochi. And we can show you the highlights of the game now, or the second half of the game in the 6th end.
Same way.
Scotland getting the chance here to score 2 with that accurate draw shot after Jennifer Jones missing with her last. So the score tightened to 5-4. And here in the 7th, Canada with Jennifer Jones' last draw shot there, getting the 2 straight back and establishing a 7-4 advantage.
No, I think this.
I like
this. So you can hold it and let it break.
Yeah.
All too much for Scotland in the 8th end. Eve Muirhead with her last stone, facing 4 Canadian counters. Hitting this, hoping to roll in and lie 1, and it just Just moves too far.
Thanks, guys. Well played.
Canada steal 2 more
Well played.
and win the game with a 9-4 scoreline in just 8 ends.
Hard lines. Hard lines. I don't think we need to worry too much. No, I don't think we need to.
So other games in this draw saw Switzerland defeat Germany 7-3. Finland with their first win, a 12-7 advantage over Denmark. And China 8, USA 4, the final score in the Sheet D game. So after that, the standings are China and Switzerland undefeated on 3 wins. Also undefeated, Canada and Russia on 2. Finland and Japan a win each. And a loss each. Alongside Scotland. Germany on 1 and 2, and the other 4 countries so far winless. The US on 3 losses at this stage.
Jennifer, congratulations. You weren't completely happy with your performance yesterday. Is it a happier Team Canada today?
A much happier Team Canada. I thought we played really well from start to finish, and I missed a shot for 3 in the 4th end that could have even changed that game around. I thought we made some big shots, and we had a way better feel for the ice.
You've now won 15 of your last 21 games against Eve. Is there an air of confidence before you go out there to play Eve?
No, they're a great team, and we know that we're going to have to play our absolute best in order to have a chance to beat them. So I had no idea what our record was against them. I just know that they're an amazing team, and we have to play really, really well to have a chance.
Great, thanks for your time.
Thanks very much.
In draw 4, Jennifer Jones of Canada, the Olympic champions, beating the 2013 world champions by a scoreline of 9-4 for myself, Logan Gray and Richard Harding. Thanks for watching this afternoon and joining us for more coverage this evening from Sapporo.